Stephen Curry has ended speculation over his future by signing a one-year contract extension with the Golden State Warriors until 2027. The deal is worth a reported $62 million and change. It means the four-time NBA champion will be guaranteed $178 million over the next 3 years. Curry passes $500 million plus in career earnings on the court, joining LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Because of the over 38 rule, the one-year extension is the maximum that Golden State could offer. Now, this is really exciting. Where is my guy? There look at how dapper. Stephen A., I mean, now this man knows how to show up to First Take. Look at the suit, the haircut. He's always ready.
I have to take credit. I have to. Because he was coming here with just college shirts, no tie, anything, and I had to get on him. And ever since then, he has upgraded. People have said he looked like a politician. He looks so astute, like a statesman everywhere he goes. He was representing the United States of America in Paris just as much as the athletes were, for crying out loud. Wendy was everywhere. He was everywhere.
Wendy was
Great
everywhere.
job, by the way.
And
Thank God, Stephen. Somebody's giving Stephen A. credit. Thank God. We don't have enough Stephen A. getting credit, so thank God.
Seriously, absolutely.
Right.
But Wendy, we'll get into it. But you look relaxed. I'm glad you got to see your family. They remembered who you were, and because we'll be ramping things up pretty soon here, right? Wendy, tell me this: what do you make of Curry's extension? What can I learn from this?
Well, I actually never believed any of the hype that there was a chance that he was ever going to be anywhere but Golden State, but that did exist out there. There was some of that. So this is him just backing up what he's always said, which is he wants to be a Warrior for life. And let's just be honest, this is a vote of confidence in the direction of the Warriors. He didn't have to sign this now. In fact, he could have waited another year, and next year he would have been allowed to sign for 2 years. So him doing this now is saying, hey, I respect what we're doing as an organization, and we're going to sort of pivot and try to continue to improve here. The Warriors are not going to win a championship this year as they're currently constructed, I don't believe. I don't think many people do. But one thing that the Warriors have been doing since really last winter that, really should be paid attention to is their big game hunting. They, in one of the strangest stories of the last year in all of sports, if you ask me, if you remember, guys, the Warriors tried to trade for LeBron James at February's trade deadline. Now, it didn't get anywhere, but that was interesting. Then, over the summer, they tried to trade for Paul George. And when that didn't work out, they couldn't make a deal. They tried to trade for Lauri Markkanen. So they are absolutely big game hunting. Now, big game hunting and big game landing are two different things. But they absolutely have the ability to look at other moves as we go forward here. Let's see how this season plays out. And they went and they added some players. They have some young players on their roster. This is a team to watch going forward transactionally. And Steph Curry signing that contract is his belief that this organization still has good days ahead.
1 year, 2 year, it doesn't matter. Anybody who from the Golden State Warriors organization who allows Steph Curry to ever leave should be banned from the state of California and banned from the NBA for forever. This is the greatest play in franchise history. More importantly than I don't care what anybody says. More importantly than anything else, the role model that he has been, the model citizen that he has been, while maintaining his superstar status as the greatest shooter God ever created. You just can't say enough about him. And so I want to put that, any money that he earns, I don't count his money because whatever it is, he's underpaid. He is underpaid. Same thing with LeBron, by the way, underpaid. Don't give a damn what money you give them. They're underpaid compared to what they bring to the table. And that's just me being real and straight up about it. Having said that, the stuff that you brought up about Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, I'm very interested in delving a bit further, and in the weeks and months to come, I'm going to do that. Why couldn't they get Paul George? Why can't they get another superstar to pair with Steph Curry, especially in the aftermath of Kevin Durant's departure? Maybe you didn't feel the need to have anybody. I get that part, because Klay Thompson's Klay Thompson, and I still believe in that brother, by the way. And Draymond is Draymond. As far as I'm concerned, people better open their eyes, wake up. There's a future Hall of Fame player. Scoring ain't everything. With all the intangibles that Draymond Green brings to the table, the Warriors are not four-time champions without Draymond Green. He's a Hall of Fame. But I'm still looking at the organization as a whole. specifically Steve Kerr. And I'm saying, how come we can't get this brother any additional help?
We get past the October deadline of an extension and they don't find a deal there, I think he becomes a high probability of being traded during this season. So that's one of the things we're going to watch. I think the big thing is that Joe Lacob and that ownership group and Mike Dunleavy, their general manager, are out there looking to really add to this team. They have scaled back their spending. They've reduced their luxury tax bill by something in the neighborhood of $150 million this year. There's no doubt that their spending is down, but that doesn't mean that they won't continue to spend. And so as the season goes along, you are correct, Stephen A. We're going to watch the Warriors, how they start, and who may become available during the year.
Wendy, this is Stephen A. Smith you're talking to. So I'm going to ask you again. I know that the Golden State Warriors have tried to curb back their spending with all of those money, with all of those dollars Joe Lacob spent throughout the years, over $600 million, if I remember correctly. I mean, the money that he doled out in terms of salary, luxury tax, and all of this other stuff.
Guys.
He owes no one an apology. I was asking about a desire to play for Steve Kerr. Is that direct enough?
I think all the answers have been answered because he signed that contract yesterday.
Stephen Curry, the face of the Golden State Warriors, has just inked a one-year extension, solidifying his future with the team through the 2026-27 season. But while this move secures the presence of one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, the harsh truth is that Curry's commitment alone might not be enough to revive the Warriors' championship hopes. The Warriors are at a critical juncture, a crossroads, where every decision, every contract, and every trade could determine the fate of this once dominant franchise. But with Curry's extension, the Warriors have shown faith in their superstar, but now the pressure is on to make the right moves or risk watching their dynasty crumble. This is not just a contract, it's a ticking clock. Let's delve into the significance of this extension. Stephen Curry, a name synonymous with excellence, has agreed to a $62.6 million one-year extension, ensuring his presence on the court for the Warriors until the 2026-27 season. This extension brings Curry's total guaranteed earnings to an astounding $178 million over the next 3 years. Beyond the numbers, this contract symbolizes Curry's unwavering loyalty to the franchise that has been his home for over a decade. It's a testament to his desire to continue leading this team, to keep mentoring the young talents like Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and Trace Jackson-Davis, and to maintain the Warriors' legacy of excellence. Curry's commitment, however, does more than just secure his future. It puts the pressure squarely on the Warriors' front office to ensure that they are building a team capable of contending for titles. Consider this: Curry, a 4-time NBA champion, a 2-time MVP, and the greatest shooter the game has ever seen, has already surpassed the $500 million mark in career earnings on the court, joining the elite company of LeBron James and Kevin Durant. This extension pushes him even further into the financial stratosphere. But it's not just about money. Curry's decision to stay is a powerful vote of confidence in the Warriors' direction, a statement that he believes this team can still compete at the highest level. But with Klay Thompson now with the Dallas Mavericks, and Draymond Green shouldering the burden of leadership, the Warriors' path to another title is anything but certain. So while Curry's extension brings much-needed stability, the Warriors' front office now faces a daunting task: can they surround him with the right pieces to make another championship run possible? The Warriors' current roster is a mix of seasoned veterans and promising young talent, but it's clear that the team is at a pivotal point. With Klay Thompson now donning a Dallas Mavericks jersey, the Warriors have lost one of their core pieces, a player who was instrumental in their previous championship runs. Draymond Green remains a cornerstone of the team, his defensive prowess and leadership qualities irreplaceable. Yet, even Green, with all his experience and Hall of Fame credentials, can't single-handedly carry this team to another title. The Warriors' recent cost-cutting measures, including a reduction of their luxury tax bill by approximately $150 million, signal a shift in strategy, a move towards fiscal responsibility that, while necessary, could hamper their ability to compete in a league that is more competitive than ever. This is not just about losing a star player or saving money, it's about the bigger picture. The Warriors are trying to balance the need for financial stability with the equally pressing need to remain competitive. The departure of Thompson and the scaled-back spending could signify the end of an era if the front office doesn't act quickly and decisively. While they've added some young talent, the question remains, can these new faces step up when it matters most? And can the Warriors find the right balance between developing young players and maintaining a championship-caliber roster? This brings us to a critical point. If the Warriors are serious about contending for another title, they must make a bold move in the trade market, and that move could be the difference between a return to glory or a descent into mediocrity. Paul George, an all-star, a dynamic scorer, and a tenacious defender. He's the kind of player who could elevate the Warriors from a playoff contender to a legitimate championship threat. The Warriors made a significant push to acquire George during the offseason, but the deal fell through. Let's not mince words. If the Warriors don't manage to bring in a player of George's caliber soon, the franchise risks squandering the remaining prime years of Stephen Curry's career. George's skill set perfectly complements Curry's ability to create his own shot, defend multiple positions, and take on some of the scoring burden would make the Warriors a formidable force once again. But here's the reality: landing a player like George isn't easy. The Warriors have the assets to make a trade, but they need to act quickly and decisively. The longer they wait, the more likely it is that another team will swoop in and snatch George away. This isn't just about making a splash, it's about ensuring that the Warriors don't waste the opportunity to compete for another title while Curry is still in his prime. The clock is ticking, and every moment they delay could be another step towards mediocrity. But what if they don't land George? What if this opportunity slips through their fingers? The consequences could be catastrophic for the franchise. Without a major acquisition, the Warriors are at risk of falling into obscurity, their championship window closing faster than anyone anticipated. Steph Curry's extension might keep the team competitive for a while, but without another superstar, the Warriors will struggle to keep up with the powerhouses of the NBA. Teams like the Denver Nuggets, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Milwaukee Bucks are stacked with talent, and the Warriors, as currently constructed, simply don't measure up. The sad reality is that without the right pieces, Curry's brilliance will be wasted on a team that can't compete for titles. The Warriors' legacy, built on the back of one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history, could be tarnished if they don't act now. Consider the impact on the franchise's commercial value, the fan base's morale, and the overall perception of the Warriors as a powerhouse. If the team fails to secure a player like Paul George, the ripple effects will be felt not just on the court, but throughout the entire organization. The front office, the coaching staff, and the players will all be under immense pressure to perform, and the weight of unmet expectations could be crushing. So, as the Warriors move forward, the question is clear: will they make the necessary moves to stay in the hunt for a championship, or will they watch their empire crumble? The Warriors' legacy is one of dominance, innovation, and excellence, but legacies are fragile, and they can be tarnished in the blink of an eye. With Steph Curry's extension, the Warriors have signaled their intention to continue competing at the highest level. But intention alone is not enough. The front office must now back up this commitment with action. They need to bring in the right talent to support Curry, to ensure that the Warriors remain a force to be reckoned with. If they fail to do so, the Warriors risk not only missing out on more championships, but also damaging the legacy they've worked so hard to build. This is a critical moment for the franchise. The decisions made in the next few months will determine whether the Warriors can extend their dynasty or whether they will fade into the background, another team that couldn't sustain its success. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Warriors are a team to watch, not just for what they do on the court, but for the moves they make off it. The stakes have never been higher, and the time to act is now.